We are live.
Let's do this.
All right. So what's been going on? What's new?
Huh? Yeah, so I joined Keith's mastermind, that guy, Everlasting Ad Challenge.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Keith Krantz.
Yeah.
Um,
How is that so far?
so here was the interesting thing. Like I joined to think, okay, I want to improve my Facebook ad performance because he's the Facebook ads guy, right?
Right.
And of course, there's a lot that goes to improving your Facebook ads performance. But he's like, dude, your business is kind of like a SaaS. I don't even think of it as like a info product business at all. It's a SaaS style business, even though
I agree.
it's not software, but it's service on tap, basically. So it's a service, like it's a on-demand service kind of business. So almost like you have to start thinking like selling membership is going to be expensive because people are not buying $33 a month. They're thinking more like 6 months. So it's like you're selling a $200 product and you're going in the red for the first few months to acquire that customer. And that's like challenging for cash flow. So you're better off structuring kind of like what Russell Brunson and some of these guys have been doing, which is Russell Brunson doesn't really try to sell you ClickFunnels at all. He sells you one funnel away challenge,
right?
Which is an info product. It teaches you how to build funnels, but in order to build funnels, you need ClickFunnels. So it's like you want to liquidate the people who are like, you want to get people coming in through a different offer or through an offer that includes this or something on that nature, and then have them hooked on focus blocks rather than try to sell a membership, because you can sell membership, but you probably need funding and venture money and all that stuff to really scale this. Otherwise it'll be like you'll run into cash flow issues. So which makes a lot of sense. Like he's like, I've been with a lot of these membership sites, so I know this is unfortunately the only way to go to scale this up.
Interesting. Okay. So you need some kind of a front end like product before the membership.
Yeah. And the funny thing is I already have the front end product, which I was selling before this, right? Which we have sold multiple times. So it's like a best-selling product for us. Literally the best-selling product after focus blocks, after EBC, like the book club. But in terms of courses, like it is the best thing. Double your productivity by 5 p.m. tomorrow. So now what I'm trying to figure out is making an offer for double your productivity by 5 p.m. tomorrow, and either including focus blocks as like a 1 month trial inside, or like having it there and say, now you need to go buy focus blocks to do it. Right. Because if I do a 1 month trial inside, it's still signing them up for a membership, which is harder.
That's what ClickFunnels does. They give you the 1 month membership.
Well, so okay. So what do they do in the one funnel
away? Yeah, they give you ClickFunnels for 2 weeks, I think, as part of the deal.
When do they do that? Like I just signed up for one funnel away like yesterday because I want to break down, like I want to figure out what the funnel is, like how do they do it? Because right now there's nothing in there. When do they give me ClickFunnels access? When do they offer that?
They restructured it since I did it. But that said, I think they gave it to you on like week 2.
Okay. So initially they're just training you on like this funnel, that funnel, avatar, offer, blah, blah, blah. And now they're like, okay, let's go build your page.
And when they tell you to go start building your funnel, they give you the free access.
So what they do is they give you access to ClickFunnels and like offer, and they give you a 2-week free trial where you have to put in your credit card all over again.
I think it was 2 weeks. It might have been a month. Anyway, but yeah.
A month or a 2-week trial, but you have to put your credit card in all over again to sign up for that free trial.
I don't remember that for sure.
That has to happen Because otherwise,
I'm assuming that, I'm assuming I did, but yeah.
Well, that is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, how do
Yeah.
I structure this offer? And that's what I was talking to Keith about. He's like, you're probably better off selling a front end offer of some kind that packages focus blocks in it.
Are you using Stripe?
Yeah.
Because you can set up payment options on your products in Stripe so that it's just, it's basically $100 or something up front. And then it's part of, but then it's part of your focus blocks.
It's all in ThriveCard
registration product.
Yeah. So the question is like, how do we sell this? That's the question, right? Because what is the front end offer and what is the back end? What is the in funnel offer, like upsell, and then what is really the way to get them to be a member of focus blocks and not just use double your productivity and be like, okay, that's all I need, right? Because double your productivity is great, but when you combine it with focus blocks, that's when it's like supercharged, like heavy duty productivity stuff, right? So that's when it really rubber hits the road and it works like a charm. So how do I get them to that place where you're like, maybe I just sell double your productivity on the front end and not get them to sign up for a membership just yet? And then like, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I don't know that you're really going to get an answer that means anything without actually trying it. I mean, you may want to just try it, like do 2 or 3 of them and then turn around and do 2 or 3 of them the other way and just see what works.
Yeah, it's not easy to try these things. Like
I know
I'm going to have to overhaul the whole offer
Yeah.
page and offer clarity and all. It's a lot. Yeah.
I disagree with this whole approach. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think Keith is wrong on this. It doesn't. So here's why. So first of all, like you're already getting conversions with focus blocks and you're already are outstripping your ad spend, right? You're already profitable.
Well, but after 3 months.
Okay. So, but it's still profitable. It's still profitable.
But 3 months of cash flow is like hard to scale, right? Because you're stuck.
I agree.
If I had cash flow within a month, I would be spending like 5 to 10 times more money.
Right. But you could make up that cash flow by having your back end offers make some money on top of that.
That's true
right?
too.
So, but then like what Keith is saying, like if you do double your productivity, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to sell that with a positive ad spend, a positive return. Like,
well, it may not be positive, but it would be enough to offset quite a bit because it's $97. So even if I spend $120, $130 to acquire a $97 customer,
right,
it would be okay because now they're a customer. Like, I don't know what the cost will be to acquire the customer for double your productivity, and that's something to be tested. But if we could break even on double your productivity for a $97 product, because right now we're getting $100 customer on focus blocks. So if we could do the same on double your productivity, that's going to be much easier because now we're spending 100 to make 100. And now we have these customers who are into productivity.
Well, the problem though, is that like, okay, so if you try to, what percentage of people are going to buy on your back end, the focus blocks, which is the main thing you're trying to sell?
I have no idea.
Let's be optimistic and say it's 20%, which we really know it's likely less than that, but 20% is 1 out of 5. So then if you're running a negative run rate on the double your productivity, and then you get, you get basically 1 focus block for every 5, that's not going to make up for the loss on that. It's much better to start with you breaking even on focus blocks or close to that, and then make more money on the back end.
It's so hard to break even on focus blocks in first month or second month right now. Like the way it is, like it needs, like, but at least right now it's not nowhere close.
You just need some immediate sell that you can get a 10% uptake on an upsell. That's
even then, like most of the times with upsells, like you get 10-20% uptake on those. Even those don't offset the cost at the level at which this is like $100 customer, right?
Yeah,
so $20 still is like very expensive. $80 customer. Yeah, go ahead.
So how much is the focus blocks subscription that you're selling right now? It's $30, $40.
Yeah, it's $33 a month right now.
Right. And so Yeah, and you're breaking even after, 3 months.
Yeah.
So, if we go at it the other way, like John's saying, and this is kind of what Russell Brunson spells out. I've been reading Traffic Secrets, and he breaks down some of the stuff in .com secrets when he talks about the funnels. So you get them to spend the $30 up front, right? And yeah, it's a subscription, it's a little different, but you get them to spend the $30 up front, and then you can turn around and do the upsell to double your productivity instead of doing it the other way around, right? So then it's, hey, look, you signed up for focus blocks and you're going to be more productive this way. Let's show you how to just, be way more productive in your focus blocks.
Yeah, again, it's an upsell. So it's like,
it is.
Even if I get 20% uptake, that's like, and the problem is like once you've sold productivity and then again trying to sell productivity, that's going to be like, hey, like it's not as easy directly in the upsell funnel. Like you almost need a different style of offer to get people to buy, because I've already satiated their need for productivity. So trying to get them to another productivity is going to be hard. So I need a little bit of a different angle. So that's why the accountability coaching is important. Like that's the kind of the goals.
Well, that one, I mean, what's your average cart value for paid acquisition?
Okay, so it was basically zero until recently, because it's a 7-day trial, and then after the 7 days you get them conversions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But now we've added bumps and upsells, so probably in a month I will know better. Maybe a couple of months I'll know better data, depending on how much we spend.
Yeah.
I don't have that data right now, but maybe like $20-$30, maybe.
Okay, and it costs you $100 to acquire a customer. Yeah.
It is like I'm looking at the sales page and I already see gaping holes in it. I'm like, okay, I need to go back to the drawing board and improve the damn thing a lot more. So the sales page itself can be better, and overall it can be improved on that front and ads. It's just that the cash flow situation doesn't really get any, like, it's like, he's like, that's how, like, because one of the things Russell Brunson was talking about, and I heard that on his podcast, he's like, for the longest time I was trying to sell ClickFunnels and it was working okay. But then I switched it around and I started selling this info product, and then ClickFunnels was just an add-on to it. And that's when it finally took off. So that's kind of what Russell is saying. Like, if there's a way, not Russell, Keith was saying, like, if there's a way you sell the info product, or you sell a product and then you bundle, or you find a way to add this on as a part of the deal.
Yeah, but typically when you're moving up the value ladder, you're not selling a $100 product and then trying to get them to buy an upsell of $30.
It doesn't, like, that's not, I don't think that's a problem. Like, Russell's getting by selling them a $2,000 program and then selling them on a $200 membership. Not so much about the value ladder, but a membership. Yeah. I was looking at Peloton. I just wanted to find inspiration on how different companies are doing it. So the way Peloton does, if you go to Peloton's website right now, you try to order a bike, you add it to cart, it's like $1,000, $1,500. And then like the bike is like $1,500, $1,700, $2,000. There's all sorts of bikes there, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you click on add to cart, there's the bike price, and then below it is
plan price.
$39 a month monthly subscription is added automatically. You cannot delete it.
Right.
You cannot delete it. You can cancel it once you get it. Once you get the bike and you activate the membership, you don't like it, you can cancel it anytime. But you cannot remove that membership from Peloton's from when you try to buy it. Of course, that's Peloton. They have the brand name, so they can do all of this shit.
Right.
But that's an interesting way to, because they're trying to sell membership more than they're trying to sell their bike. Their bike, maybe they're doing break even, while membership is where they're making the money.
Yeah.
So that was another idea that was there. He was like, maybe you could do like Amazon subscribe and save. So you can sell 1 month of focus blocks or 1 month of double your productivity by 5 p.m. tomorrow, which includes focus blocks for $97. Or you can subscribe and save and get it for $33 a month. So Like that's the pricing juxtaposition there.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I mean, it's like we were talking about before about making the offer, like from Hermosi's book, where he's talking about.
You
like,
talked about it.
Yeah, I think that's a better route to go, is to make something that solves all of their problems. That's like a 6-week challenge or something like that. That is like almost like a boot camp, like a 6-week boot camp, productivity boot camp, focus boot camp, double your productivity boot camp, whatever it is, but double your productivity challenge in 6-week challenge, whatever it is, and then you sell that for something like $600, and then within that is a subscription to Focus Blocks. But it has
so that's interesting. Like, how do you sell the subscription? Again, it's the same challenge. What we're talking about, the price could be different, but how do you actually? So there's the cookie, which is double your productivity by 5 p.m. tomorrow, or double your weekly productivity or something. But inside us, there's a medicine, which is the Focus Blocks. So how do you deliver that? Which way do you get them to sign up for the subscription for Focus Blocks? That's the question.
Right. The way that you get them to sign up is you tell them to participate in this challenge. Just like when you buy a Peloton bike, you have to have the service. So in order to participate in this $600 challenge, you need to sign up for Focus Blocks, because that's part of the challenge. So
then again, like, you don't know who all will sign up for that, right? Because they're like, oh, well.
No, everyone will sign up for, or a majority of people. So think of it this way, right? Okay, so it becomes a second, like, okay, so if you buy a Peloton bike, right, you're thinking about the bike, you know what I mean? That's what you're thinking about. You just dropped $1,700. So when it says 39, yeah, so when it says $39 a monthly subscription to the service, you just say, oh, well, that's part of owning the bike, is you have to have the service, or how you're going to use the bike, right? Same thing here, is it's like, or there's probably a lot of instances. Let's say that you're like taking it back to the gym challenge, like to Alex Hermosi's thing, right? Let's say that you signed up for this 6-week boot camp to stop being a fat ass, right? Okay. And it included all this stuff, like, here's your diet program. We're going to do shopping, visits every week. We do group shopping things, right? You're going to have these classes, Monday through Friday, and all this accountability group, whatever, all these things that they give you bonuses with that. But then part of it is, oh, and we're doing it at this gym, so you need to be a member at this gym, which is $30 a month or $50 a month or whatever it is, right? You pay $600 or $1,000 for this thing. You don't really care. I mean, $50 a month for membership at the gym, sure, okay, that's part of the thing, right? So same concept, have this challenge, and then make it like, okay, well, as part of this.
Okay, so the question that we're trying to address is, does this happen in funnel, or does it happen once they're part of it? Because like what ClickFunnels is doing, it's it's inside the challenge. They don't even tell you about ClickFunnels until like second week, as Chuck is saying, right? So does it happen like that, or does it happen as soon as you're trying to buy? You're like, okay, like Peloton, here, you must get.
Yeah. As soon as you're trying to buy, you add the subscription to it, right? And you just justify it by saying, this is the subscription for Focus Blocks. This is a tool that we use in the challenge to do the focus, to do the exercises. And just think of it this way. Another way to think of it is like, if you go to, let's say you go to school, you go to university, right? Okay. And you enroll in college courses. Well, guess what? You have to buy the textbook. Right. So it's like, but which
was always a ripoff.
Right. But it's given, you're going to pay for or if you enrolled in some course and they're like, okay, you have to be part of this monthly subscription as well to be able to access this material. Okay. You're going to sign up for it. So you just got to make it so that like sign up for the subscription is just the de facto standard, just like Peloton, like do their exact thing. I mean, it's smart, but you have to offer them so much value in this challenge that it's like, okay, this is just the tool that we're using in order to do this challenge, right? That makes it where it's not a real big decision, because you don't think about, like, you already know. Part of the reason why people don't buy Focus Blocks or any subscription is they're like, will I use this, right? So imagine buying a Peloton subscription for their online program without a bike. you'd be like, I don't know, maybe let's say you could hook up a third party bike. Maybe I'll like do this thing, but I don't know. But if you buy a Peloton bike, you're like, well, fuck yeah, I'm using this shit. So it's the same thing with focus blocks. Is people are like, oh, I don't know if I want to sign up because I don't know if I'm going to actually use this. Am I actually going to jump on these focus blocks? But if they've signed up for a 6-week boot camp on focusing and doubling their productivity, then they know they're going to use the focus block. So then they have no problem putting down the money to sign up for that monthly subscription, just like going to a gym if you know you're doing a weight loss boot camp. So
yeah, that's interesting.
And just make the offer so ridiculous that they can't refuse it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. One thing that when I was looking at the podcast course, somebody actually said, hey, look, if you can get these companies that provide services for podcasters to, to provide their thing, right? Or you can get a discount for your, people who sign up, and you could do the same thing with focus blocks because you own it, right? And so then it's, hey, there's this planning tool that is going to get thrown in, and this, you're going to get focus blocks, and you're going to get access to this calendaring app, and you're going to get access to this other thing. Then it looks like you've added all this other value because at the end of the day, that's what you get. And so then you're encouraging them to go sign up, and it's like, use this coupon code. You'll get your first 2 months of focus blocks for free. Go use this coupon code here to get access to this for the 2 months, right? And you kind of wink at them like, yeah, and you can cancel when the challenge is over. Or if the system's working for you, then you just automatically know what to do with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even give them the coupon code though. Yeah. I would just put a line item on the thing here at Focus Block subscription at full price.
Kind of like Peloton.
Yeah, because it's like, then it becomes like, yeah, this is what do you expect? If you're gonna like do this challenge, you need to have the tool. If you're gonna have a Peloton bike, what are you gonna ride it without the subscription? You see what I'm saying? Like, you just make it so it's de facto. Like, yeah, okay.
This is another one of those things that I might actually split test or something, right? Just see if the conversion is any better one way or the other. But yeah, I think either way will work. So yeah, you may as well try it and see if you just come out of it ahead.
And if you pick up $600 on each sale, and I don't think your cost of acquisition will be much higher than the $100 that you're paying now for a $600.
It will be much higher. It won't be.
You think it'll be a lot higher than for a $600?
It could be even all the way to $500 because the sales mechanism will change. It won't be sold through a sales page anymore. It'll probably be sold through a webinar of some sort. You don't sell $500 cold traffic direct anymore.
I think you can to a challenge. I think to a
people sell challenges for like $197 at best most of the times. Like that level, no, I don't see anyone doing that. So this changes the game quite a bit. Like now you're selling a webinar and you're getting leads for like $10, $20, $20 a pop, possibly.
Yeah, if you go look at Course Creator Pro, they actually have their webinar on thetheir sales page, right? And so when you go check it out, you basically watch the webinar and then they pitch you at the end, but it's a recorded webinar.
Yeah, you can't, like, there's no one selling $500 product directly cold.
Yeah, theirs is like $2,000 or something.
Yeah, $2,000 is definitely there. Like 100, 200 is the most you get directly, unless it's retargeting audience who knows your product. Cold, 100, 200 is the most you can get with a sales page.
I don't know.
You need some sort of a sales mechanism. Webinar probably is the way.
I mean, before you complicate it with the webinar, test it. See if you can get.
I agree.
Sales.
All of this needs to be tested.
Like that's too much of a work. Like to write a sales page for $600 product, knowing like it's a very hard sell, and nobody does it in the market today.
You're going to need the sales page anyway.
I know, but when it's a webinar, it's a different sales page. It's a very small abbreviated sales page, and a webinar does all the work. Like writing a sales page and then again going and writing a webinar. So what's happening here with the way we're like talking, it's almost like revving up a whole new marketing machine compared to the two marketing assets that I already have, the Focus Block sales page and Double Your Productivity by 5 p.m. tomorrow sales page, because they both convert. Double Your Productivity, I think, converts better than Focus Blocks right now. Just like from the traffic it gets, it just has that, easier, like one-time sell compared to a membership. So I think if I could just find a way to use that backbone to double your productivity by 5 p.m. tomorrow, it's a good hook. It's a good, like, it works. It's a sales page that really converts.
Okay.
So if I can use my existing marketing assets and combine it with focus blocks, that's the ideal, because anything else is a huge test and creates a lot of drama.
Well, here's a quick way to test something. It's not a perfect test, but okay, take your email list of existing focus blocks, like customers, right? Email them and say, hey, we're going to do this this $600 double your productivity challenge, only available to focus blocks members, because you need focus blocks to do the challenge, right? And then describe what you're going to include in it, the package of all the assets. You don't even have to create these assets yet, and then just see if people will buy it.
So I just floated another offer along those lines, which was the live daily accountability.
Yeah.
And that's already there now. So this would kind of like be like a combination of live daily accountability and the focus blocks kind of thing. But it's like those two offers are already out there right now, right?
Well, what's your uptick on the live accountability offer?
It's hard to say because it was a very soft pitch initially. It was just like a simple, like 2-3 emails that went out, and we got like 13, 14, maybe 15 people now on it.
Out of how many people did you send the emails to?
I sent it to the most like active subscribers, probably our active focus block people, and maybe once to a broader list, but it's maybe 300 people initially that were active focus, like super active focus blocks users.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad. Like 15 out of 300 with a soft launch.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it would, like, I would have to really create a damn sales page and create the offer and talk about it. And like the monthly thing, if I have to go down the path, there's a lot that will be needed in the marketing assets, in the offer assets, in like creating the offer and all of those things, compared to the assets that are already there, which is double your productivity and focus blocks membership page. So if there's anything I could do to test quickly with the existing, that's probably like the easiest test to run right now, and the quickest data point. So what I'm trying to, go ahead.
Well, I mean, the first one is that, I mean, I think that this is what your offer should be anyway, that you should pivot to, because going along with what Keith says, I think double your productivity is not, it's not the offer. It's not the front end offer, because it doesn't automatically include focus blocks in it. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's better to have an offer where, like the Peloton, where focus blocks is part of the subscription of it, right? So like some $600 challenge or package should be your front end anyway. So you should build this anyway, because just doing, like, unless you're just going to continue to do focus blocks as the front end, but if you're not going to, then forget about double your productivity for it. I mean, maybe that could work for now, but it's better to have an offer that's completely custom tailored towards what you're trying to do, rather than taking something that you already have off the shelf and trying to, fit it into that. Instead, come up with this perfect, excellent offer that you're going to sell. And then the second thing about it is you could even pivot and shift. I mean, what if you offered some kind of like certification almost, right? Like a course, like a boot camp training that like a productivity certification or productivity like focus certification, whatever. You could come up with some kind of name for it, right? And what it is it's like a boot camp, and it is like a 6-week or maybe an 8-week program. And that costs like $5,000, and you just implement it using focus blocks, and you give them training, throughout the week on how to focus, how to improve their productivity, whatever it is, how to schedule their time, how to do goal setting and time management and all these things. And maybe it's a $2,000 thing. I don't know. It's some kind of boot camp or course that you're basically selling them through focus blocks. Then you have a real high ticket thing. The reason why I'm thinking about this is like Kazi, who does the clever programmer stuff. Like he's what he's selling now is, I mean, he's doing mostly a challenge, right? Like this JavaScript challenge or whatever. And I don't know what the price on the challenge. I don't think it's very expensive. But then on the back end of it, every customer, they're getting on the phone with these leads, and then they're selling them a $15,000 boot camp. And they're selling like, 10, 20 leads, 30 leads a month on this $15,000 boot camp. So, you could do something similar with that by having some kind of a boot camp or certification that you've got as a really high end thing. But I would start off the front end with your most powerful
pivot. Like I like too much of a pivot right now. I think focus blocks, I feel like that's like mass appeal product that can change a lot of lives. It already is on a daily basis. So it's something that I feel it's a very powerful product that I want to take to the world. And like,
but that is part of the product, right? You see what I'm saying? Is focus blocks, like you're showing them how to use this tool, right? That is going to make them.
But it's almost like I'm selling now a business opportunity as a focus guide, and then teaching them how to go get clients and all. It becomes quite a bit. It's a very big game. Like selling a boot camp, selling a high ticket boot camp is one thing, because I get it. Like you can easily say that, hey, you just learned some Java. How about we just make you a JavaScript developer and make sure you get a job and so on and so forth. And now you're on for like $15,000. Like our graduates get like 100K jobs, and 15K is nothing. And you almost have a sale there. This one becomes a complete pivot. So, I right now I'm like, okay, staying in the productivity lane as much as I can with the offer, and like trying to stay with focus blocks as the driver in whichever way, shape, or form it can be. Yeah, we package it up, or we provide it as a package in different ways, whichever way. What you're saying here, a $600 offer, or like a Peloton style offer or something like that. Like that's what needs to be figured out. The other challenge with something like this is like, how do you sell two concepts, right? Because you're selling the like you don't want to. One of the things I've learned from sales page writing is like, you don't want to sell many things on a sales page. You want to sell one thing on a sales page, right? One thing on a sales page. So if I sell any of these things, and then I also try to sell focus blocks in any of these things, it becomes quite a bit of a challenge to sell one or the other if it's an upfront sell.
Well, don't think about selling focus blocks. Okay. So think of it this way. Okay. Because this challenge, let's say you made this $600 challenge. Okay. That double your productivity challenge. Okay. And here's what you did with the challenge. You said, if it's a 6-week program, we're going to teach you everything you need to know to double your productivity. We guarantee you will double your productivity. Okay. Guaranteed, or your whole $600 back. Right. And what you're going to do is you're going to say that it's guaranteed that you'll double it in 6 months. You're going to take the 6-week program, right? And you're going to pay the $600, and you're going to do an assessment at the beginning and at the end at 6 months. And if you haven't doubled your productivity by 6 months, then we'll give you your full $600 back. So there's no risk at all. Now, in that time, as part of it, they'll need to sign up for focus blocks to use that as the tool, right? So at the very worst, you'll get 6 months of focus blocks out of them if they do ask for a refund, but there's not going to be hardly anyone that asks for a refund anyway. You're just going to make this offer so good that they can't refuse it, right? Because if there's no risk to them at all, if they get their $600 back, if they don't double their productivity, I mean, would you pay $600 to double your productivity?
I mean, shit, I offer 6-month guarantee on double your productivity by 5 p.m. tomorrow too. Like, so the guarantee is like I always offer that, right?
Yeah,
so
but there's a difference. There's a difference between guaranteeing the product and guaranteeing the productivity. Guaranteeing the result is way more powerful. Say, if you say, I don't like this product, if you don't like this product, if you don't feel like this product has improved your productivity, then you can get a refund, is way different than saying, if we can't double your productivity, you get your money back. like guaranteeing the result, because people don't want their money back. They want the result. And by the whole point of giving that strong of a guarantee offer is that you're giving more credibility that you can give them the result.
Here's the thing. You don't need to wait a whole month to get double your productivity. I guarantee that anyone who signs up for focus blocks will double their productivity in the next 2 hours, in the next hour. That's how damn good the product is, right? I know that it works. So like to say that you will double your productivity over a month is almost like a lot of work compared to saying double your productivity today or tomorrow, which is actually real, which actually works, like, which is true. Like I have so many testimonials of people attesting to the fact that they freaking kill it with focus blocks. But
no one believes that.
I know. Well, that's where I am still not able. So that's my messaging problem, right? It's not like such a bad, it's not that it's not the truth. It's my messaging problem.
Okay.
It is the truth, but it's my messaging problem.
But it's a lot more believable to say in 6 weeks, we'll double your productivity.
But it's
or your money back.
Believability is not the truth anymore. The truth is that it will double your productivity as soon as you get on it.
It doesn't matter. People are going to buy what's believable. Living Being in the chat she said, put a profit calculator right on your sales page that just doubles their current income and subtracts the cost of the offer. Give them a concrete ROI estimate.
Interesting.
Not a bad idea, right? Putting some kind of calculator on there. But the thing is,
thank you for sharing, whoever it is. Yeah.
If someone believes that they're going to get the result, they will pay any amount of money for that result if that's what they want. You see what I'm saying? So if you tell me that I can double my productivity in an hour or two, I don't believe you. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to pay anything for that because I don't believe you. It seems like marketing. It seems like bullshit. That's not going to happen. But if you tell me that in 6 weeks I can double my productivity, I believe you.
Well, yes and no, because
especially if you're willing to give me my money back.
Because I have sold double your productivity by 5 p.m. tomorrow like crazy. And that always, like, people believe that shit. People have been buying that. It works. And focus blocks, the headline is double your work output in 60 minutes from now. Literally, that is the headline that sells focus blocks right now. So yes and no, like, yeah, I feel you. Like, it is very hardcore promise. But shit, man, it is as real as it gets. Like, I guarantee anyone who's watching or who's listening, go sign up. If you don't feel like it's double your productivity within an hour, just ask for your money back, damn it. Like, I seriously believe in the product so much. So I'm like, why am I going to wait for a month when I know I can get results for people in 2 hours, in 3 hours, in an hour? Like, but what's the point of selling a month when I know the results are so much faster for people?
Because sell the 6 week program, the guarantee of doubling your productivity for a significant amount of money, where you're offering them the full money back if they don't double their productivity, and then get them the results in an hour or two. Then they feel even better and they're happy about it and they'll share it. But if you promise them that they're going to get results in an hour or two and they don't get the results, they're going to be upset. And
I have literally zero money back, zero refunds asked for on focus blocks so far.
Yeah,
people will cancel because they're not using it.
Yeah,
sometimes, but literally nobody has ever asked for money back just because it's like freaking thing works.
But there's nobody that's going to. You're not going to see people that would have bought if they would have believed you. You see what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to believe that you can double their productivity in an hour. That you might be able to double their productivity for that hour in an hour, but for a permanent change in their productivity, they're going to believe that.
Well, for as long as they show up for the block, it will change it will double their. So that's why
I know.
So what it says. So the headline is, by the way, double your hourly work output. So for as long as you do the block, it will double your output in that hour. So if you're doing the block, it will be more effective than what you did by yourself. Right.
Yeah, but that's a lot harder to convince someone than to say that a 6 week program to double your productivity.
But John, we have sold double your productivity by 5 p.m. tomorrow. It freaking sells.
I know, but
it's not even a hard convincing. Like, that one is not a hard sell product.
I don't disagree that it sells. What I'm saying, though, is that it's way more powerful to have a $600 product that you offer a full money back guarantee if you haven't doubled your productivity in 6 weeks. That's a way more powerful offer, because all that matters is how powerful the offer is. Plus, it allows you with the price to make focus blocks be an add-on that is just part of the challenge, right? Because when someone's got $600 on the line, they want to do what they can to ensure that, right? It's the same thing.
Very true.
The Peloton, the reason why no one complains about the subscription is because they've just invested $1,500 or $1,700 in this bike. So they want to do everything as possible to make themselves successful. So that's the thing, is like, you've got to create that psychological, again, telling someone that you can double their productivity in an hour, that might be true, but it's just not powerful enough psychologically for someone to feel like, they have to feel like they've put some work into it and they've done something. You know what I mean? So,
well, the beauty is they don't have to do anything. They just have to show up.
I know, but you want to teach them skills. I mean, they still need discipline. They still need like time management skills. They need to show up for the focus blocks. They need commitment. They need some goal planning skills and things like that to like overall, right? And those are the things that you can give them in a 6-week boot camp program and teach them how to use focus blocks most effectively and how to like schedule their time so that they have the focus blocks. Like all this stuff you can teach them. And then you're also grooming them to be better focus blocks customers, right? And then it also is like they're more likely to stick on focus blocks, because guess what happens if you buy a Peloton and then you don't use it? You still pay the monthly.
A lot of clothes on a Peloton.
Yeah. You still pay the monthly subscription for a long, long time. Why? Because if you stop paying that subscription, you have to give up. You have to realize to yourself, you wasted $1,500 or $1,700 on the stupid bike that you're not using. But as long as you pay the subscription, you keep the hope alive that you're going to lose weight. You see what I'm saying? So if they put a sunk cost of $600 into this boot camp, and then they get focus blocks as part of it, right? If they quit paying for focus blocks, they are giving up the dream. They are throwing in the towel and saying they wasted $600. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I think this is much more compelling, is to have something like that. It does so many things for you. It makes the price of focus blocks seem small as a monthly fee.
Maybe the hook is a little different than double your productivity for the month. It's probably a different kind of promise, but I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
It's a challenge. It's a 6-week productivity challenge, 6-week double your productivity challenge, 6-week, whatever it is, become like accomplish your biggest goal challenge, 6-week, like, you know,
I think what I was thinking was more like crush your one big goal in a month or something like that.
Sure. Try that.
There you go.
Try that angle.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like your one big business goal. Do one, like accomplish in a month what you would in a quarter.
In a year.
Yeah. In a quarter, like literally triple, right? Triple.
Yeah.
3 like get 3 months of results in a month with this.
Yeah. One other thing I just want to push on here a little bit is a lot of the things that got brought up, you basically told us it wouldn't work and why it wouldn't work. But my experience is that sometimes you're right and sometimes you're wrong on those calls. And so some of these things might be worth trying, even if they sound a little bit weird or sound
it's
like
hard to try these things. That's
no,
why
I
have
agree.
to be like very careful in like committing to something of this magnitude, right? Like it's a lot of work to even consider selling a $500 offer and like go around building up like a whole marketing funnel to do that.
I understand,
right?
But
compared to the offers that are already here, which are much easier to maneuver and modify. And like if we talked about, hey, double your productivity, why don't you just offer it as like $97 for 1 month of focus blocks included, or get $33 per month, blah blah blah. Like it's an easy, like I can set up this test probably by the end of the week and like have some data within a week. But with like a $600 offer, it's a lot of work, like offer planning, offer creation, product planning, product creation, marketing, and the testing it. It's like we're talking at least a 3-month project to make it actually have any kind of results for sure, any numbers, especially with that kind of project.
Think of it this way. This is the road that you probably need to go anyway, because you need a really good, compelling offer, right? because you don't want to be selling focus blocks by itself, because that's harder to sell, right? So what I'm saying is, like, put together the best possible offer that you can offer someone that makes focus blocks part of it.
Yeah, I agree with John. It's easier to like, the reason that the diet plans work is because you sign up for a system, right? And the system is what works. The reason that a lot of these other continuity systems work, I mean, even Peloton, if you're making that argument, they'll encourage you to work out a certain number of times a day and do certain kinds of workouts. They give you a system. And so if you can give people a system, right, and kind of step through, hey, this is how you do the system. This is how you plan what you're going to work on. This is how you get it done with focus blocks. This is how you evaluate whether or not you're being effective. Here's how you plan for the next week and do better. People will follow that much more easily than, hey, when you got to get something done, go put a focus block on your calendar.
All right, let's think about, let's talk about you guys before we run out of time.
I don't have a lot new.
How did it go Black Friday?
Oh, let me see what the official results were. It was okay. It wasn't like the best, but let me see what we got. All right, so we ended up with this. Basically, for simple programmer Black Friday, we did, where's the,
let me take a guess.
Okay,
how many emails did you send?
I think we sent 5 emails.
More than 5.
Nailed it.
You guys sent more than 5.
There's more than 5 for simple programmer, you think?
Oh yeah.
Let me see. I can log in and see.
I think I'm on the list.
That's why. Me too.
I mean,
because we started sending daily emails to simple programmer
and double daily.
Huh?
Black Friday, Cyber Monday, it was double daily. Cyber Tuesday, the emails were coming out.
Oh wait, we had a total of 10 Black Friday emails.
See.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Both Bulldog and simple programmer, right?
For simple programmer, I know for sure. I haven't checked Bulldog yet, but probably about the same. Probably the same.
Yeah. Okay. 10 emails. I would say 10, 12K simple programmer.
Let's see. We got.
Do you have any upsells in the funnel?
Yeah, there's some upsells in the funnel for sure. Okay, so wait, I'm trying to break apart the simple programmer. Well, okay, month to date for simple programmer, this was Black Friday plus daily emails was 15,000 out of 144 offers. So probably like 3,000 or 4,000 came before Black Friday. So Black Friday was somewhere around 12 grand, let's say.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, okay. November 1st to 25th was $5,600 on simple programmer. So Black Friday on simple programmer was only about $10,000.
Yep. Okay.
In addition. Okay. For Bulldog Mindset, we had only 64 people take the $1 trial deal, which the LTV is around $200. So that's still about 12.8K is what I would estimate on that.
LTV on the $1 trials is $200.
I mean, it's hard to know what the LTV on. I mean, that's what our LTV in general is usually around 250 per trial. So I'm kind of down, estimating it a little bit there for $1 trials
per trial right now. Okay. That's
yeah.
Not bad. Yeah.
And then we had full pay lifetime memberships, 10 of them for $600. So $600 some dollars, so about $6,700 there. And then lifetime payment plans, there were 2 of those, which was which will be another $1,500.
Yeah.
So, and then we had some Black Friday, like simple programmer people that signed up from the bonus because we cross promoted it. And so those people got the Bulldog Mindset bonus. So we'll see how those, I mean, we'll have to see how these shake out, like how long these people stay on.
It's a longer term play, yeah.
But I'll be able to track that separately because it's a separate offer, so I can see the lifetime value of that offer. But yeah, probably like 10K on Simple Programmer, 20K on Bulldog is what I'm guessing is what it works out to.
Yeah. And like your membership is now over 1,000?
Just under 1,000 right now.
1,000. Yeah. That's where it's hovering.
Last year when we did the Black Friday $1 offer, we got 121 new subscribers. So did less.
Oh, that's interesting because your list is bigger.
I know. Only did 65 of them this time.
Where do you think?
I don't know. I don't know really.
Because your list is probably twice as big.
Yeah. Yeah, the list.
And this did half as much. So it's almost like it's a quarter of the performance of last year.
Yeah. And the offer is way stronger this year too. So it might just be that the offer exhaustion on the list, but
yeah. Is it? That's interesting. Why would that be?
I don't know.
Yeah, offer exhaustion is probably the easiest or the simplest answer. Like they have seen the membership emails way more now than they did last year, but then the list is doubled. So there's like a whole set of new people who never been exposed to that offer before, right?
Yeah. See, I need the same thing that I'm telling you, right? I need the 6-week transform your life challenge. You know
what would you call it? Yeah. Like what would be the headline? Because I think I can see the value in what you are proposing there, like both for me and for you, but it's the hook. Like it has to be a very solid hook that
I think
challenge.
I could rotate through 3 challenges. I could try different challenges, but I mean, I could do a challenge based on like go from simp to alpha, like the 6-week, improve your confidence in dating life challenge, right? I could do a fitness challenge, like a lose weight, or a start a business challenge. You know what I mean?
I think the money angle is the best.
Yeah.
The money angle is the most lucrative one because here's the thing to consider. You've been talking about how you need a high-end offer to make this work. And I'm like, dude, you already have a high-end offer. Why are you constantly talking about another high-end offer? You already have your coaching program. If you just made it a group coaching program, it would always be a high-end offer that's there for the second, third level of people. So you have the $29 a month membership or $39 a month. You have the annual or the lifetime. And then you have your coaching. So instead of like, I know you don't like group coaching, but I think group coaching is like so much brain dead simpler because it's 1 call a week and you're just done, even if it's a little bit less money. But you have a offer, easy $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a month offer. That's part of it. And it's actually a $5,000 offer if you consider the lifetime value of that customer.
Yeah.
So,
well, the thing is, I don't disagree. I need to join a group coaching program before I can sell one so I can see how they run it.
You need to figure out how to sell a group coaching program is what you're saying.
Well, how they run the group coaching, because I did a little bit of a beta group coaching and it didn't go as well as I would like.
I know why. It's because it was not a common theme. It was like people were coming from different levels.
Yeah.
And it was hard for like everyone to feel a sense of like getting enough out of it because someone's like making 10 times more than the other guy. It's not a good setup for them, right?
Yeah, I get so the group coaching plan, it wouldn't even be, I mean, it'd be sort of group coaching, but it would be a cohort of like, let's start a business. You see what I'm saying? Group coaching, like,
yeah. Start a business could be one, like start a business boot camp, and then that leads to a high-end offer at the back end of it.
It would be like a
business.
Yeah, it could be like a 3-month program, right? And then people, but see, then you don't have continuity beyond the 3 months. Let's say it's $1,000 a month. It's a $3,000 program, then, but you don't have continuity beyond that. very easily. Like I could teach for 3 months, on like, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what you're going to do this week. You're going to do this week. You're going to start your YouTube channel, all those type of things. But then where do you go from that?
So here's the key element of group coaching that I struggled with for months before I got it right. And the key element is knowing precisely who is the person who's the best possible candidate for your group coaching program, who's the ideal avatar, and what's the transformation for them. When you can define that, then you can sell that group coaching program all day.
Yeah.
Because if you just keep it hazy as to like help you grow your business, but group coaching, that's not going to work. So once it's clearly defined, like then you can actually have a much easier time, because otherwise you're going to have to sell one-on-one coaching.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think, the clear winner is to sell a start your business group coaching, because a majority of the people that are in my membership want to start a business, but haven't started a business. There's less people that actually have a business already running. Those are the regular coaching clients.
So how about thinking more like the 1K challenge or the 2K challenge or like something like make your first $1,000 in the next 3 months or something like that. Like start your business isn't really an outcome.
Yeah.
But make your first $1,000 in the next 90 days.
And if it's a $500 challenge, that's a no-brainer.
No, it should not be $500 challenge. It should be more like $5,000 challenge.
Well, the thing is, see, you're not going to make money in the first. You're not going to earn your $1,000. That's the thing. Is this is like, it takes a long time to make any kind of money in a business that you're just starting.
Yeah, unless they have some good skill set that they can sell as a coaching program pretty quickly.
Well, even then you got to like get an audience. You have to have people to sell it to. Like it's not.
Yes, if they have the skill and they like have people in their community that they know. I'll give you an example of one of my guys. He is in real estate and he's a real estate investor. He came to me, he's like, hey man, I want to work with you and like figure out a way to like teach people real estate investing. Right. So he was, he comes to me and he's like, I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to start a podcast. I want to grow the community. I want to, put the content out there and hopefully like sell some courses and maybe sell a business or maybe make some money from those courses next year, like in a year from now. I'm like, yeah, you could do that. It's a long road, but then I showed him exactly how to just go ahead and launch his own mini mastermind for a high ticket real estate investment program where he teaches people how to do what he's doing and just reach out to people he knows. And within 19 days of joining the mastermind, he made $30,000 from it. So yeah, that guy had a little bit of a network to go for it, like people who would have trusted him and wanted to work with him. But it was like, it's not, if you have a skill, you can get there pretty quickly.
If you do, that's true, but that's not going to be a majority of the people coming in. But that's why I'm thinking that it might be better to, like I said, to do just like I was telling you, like some kind of a 6-week challenge or something. And I could rotate through them until I find one that really works well. You know what I mean? And then stick with that and bring people in through that one.
The 6-week challenge, like what's the price point? What kind of challenge?
Like $600.
Build a business?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
Start a business.
I could even just advertise it, just send test emails to my list. You know what I mean? We don't even have to have a sales page at this point, right? Just have Tim send test email.
There has to be some outcome. Like if you clearly define an outcome in this, like there has to be a hook that says, like, I think one thing Ramit Sethi, he sold the course like 0 to 1K or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like he sold $1 million worth. A lot of people make fun of the fact that I don't know how many people made 0 to 1K, but Ramit made millions of dollars of the 0 to 1K, which is, understandably so. But that was a good hook. That's a good headline, right? So, and I think it's a year-long program or 6-month long program in some ways. So
That's one thing to do, is just to recycle that. I wonder if we can find his advertising and marketing for the 0 to 1K.
Oh, hell yeah. Let me see if
because
I can find it.
Basically you could just almost duplicate exactly what he did, because there's enough people, this new generation hasn't heard of that.
And even if they have, it doesn't matter. They trust you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'm not saying to like completely copy his program. I'm just saying to like the advertising, the marketing behind it, because that it worked. So if it worked before, it'll work again.
Yeah, here, let me send you his product page so you can take a look at, like, his headlines are darn good, man.
Let's see, how much did it cost for this program?
I think it was 1K or 2K or something, but it was mostly a info product with some coaching once a month or something like that. 6 figures as a consultant. See, this is the problem is, like, when you promise the 1K outcome, the money outcome, more or less for people, they have to be consultants or coaches. They can't do that in info product right away.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
right.
True.
Info product is more like a 1 year long haul before you make any kind of money. While in consulting / coaching, you can make money within like 19 days, as my guy did, right? So it's not really, it's like, if you actually only tailored to that part of the market who have a skill and who want to sell their skill, then that's a different outcome. But then you're more of like info product builder or community builder kind of guy, right? Or like that's your core thing, like info, podcast, YouTube, blog. That's the thing they know you can do very well. You're not so much of a consulting kind of guy.
Yeah, it's also possible to do like to do a transform your life challenge where there's different components of it, where it's like you're gonna get like with week 1 we're gonna get your diet program, week 2 you're gonna get your lifting program or whatever it is, and then week 3 you're gonna start building your business, week 4 you're gonna start working on challenges for improving your social skills, where it's like a total like transform your life in 6 weeks type of thing. That it's a little harder to like.
The key is the hook and the transformation and the person that you're going after. Because one of the things that I had to do with my mastermind, with my like the thing that I had to finally nail was that I don't want to, like, I literally said, okay, if you're making $50,000 a year, that's the minimum you need to be making for me to even work with you. And that's when I can actually work the transformation for you and actually take you to the next level. But less than that, it's not going to be worth it for my time to do it. So I designed this, and then now it's like more like at least 100K for me to actually be able to really tune up your business. So it's like knowing precisely who's the avatar and what's the transformation you can create for them. That is where you find so much like clarity in the offer.
Yeah. That's
just transform your life is like still very hazy, right?
Yeah.
For Chuck, it's probably different than for me. It's probably different for you. It's very different. So how would you transform for me compared to Chuck, compared to you? That's the challenge, right? So I would actually go narrow than go wide for an offer like that.
Yeah. And I agree. I think that's ultimately the best way to go, is to just pick some kind of really narrow result outcome focus, something that they want to accomplish that we're going to help them accomplish in 6 weeks.
If you could run a survey to your list.
Yeah. I mean, it's better to just survey the YouTube channel with the on the content tab, the community tab.
That too. Yeah. You could run a survey and say, what do you want to learn the most about? Money, relationships, or health? And I'm sure money will come as number one there.
And I've done surveys like that before. Like if I look at, let me see some of the ones that, where's the survey thing? I can never.
While you're looking at that, I do agree with Manny. I think if you focus on one particular area, you're going to get better outcomes.
Yeah, that's for sure. I've been trying to think about also just how to move Bulldog Mindset into more of a singular focus. And then like underneath it, like it's almost like, well, I was thinking about this too, because this is what I tell people about personal branding, right? About marketing yourself as a software developer, marketing yourself in general, is I tell them what you need to do is you need to have a specialty, right? Like, because they're always like, oh, well, what about a jack of all trades? Like, isn't it useful to know a bunch of different technologies and things? And I'm like, yeah. Everyone wants a MacGyver, but no one wants to hire a MacGyver, right? So what you need to do, like with personal branding, is you need to have something you're known for, right? But then you have all these other skills that you have as well, but you're known for this one specialty, this one thing. Exactly. Just like ABC plumbing is general plumbing, but Mr. Whatchamacallit, garbage disposal fix it man, he can do regular plumbing as well, but he specializes in garbage disposals, whatever. So it's the same thing as it's like you can have, I was thinking with Bulldog Mindset, having something where it's like, okay, this is the one kind of specialty thing, but then when you get in, you get access to fitness and health and all the other pieces of it. You know what I'm saying? So
like, I think like, when I look at you and your life, to me, you're like, I think the thing that people should aspire to learn from you the most, and which may or may not be, what do you think it is? First of all, before I even say it, and maybe Chuck will have a different answer to it.
What do I think it is?
Yeah. What do you think people should learn from you the most? What should they aspire to learn from you the most? If you had one thing.
I mean, it's mindset.
Mindset. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's vague. It's very vague, right? If there was clarity on that, we could go deeper. What in the mindset, like what exactly would that be? Because what one transformation could someone, like, if they look at you and they're like, shit, I want to be like John, or there's this transformation he's done and I want to, whatever that is, what is that one key result that I know John can, that the person knows John can help me with? What is that, right? What do you think, Chuck, it is?
Oh. Shit, I want to be like John. I mean, the thing that I would probably want to learn from John, it's interesting because it's like, I think mindset's a part of it, but ultimately it's, how do I put it? So the thing I think is John's real strength, and again, it's really vague, is he sees an opportunity like Pluralsight, for example. He saw the opportunity with Pluralsight, and then he went and just built like 50 courses, just right. Then he figured out there was an opportunity in real estate, and bam, 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 right? He just went after it, And I think there's a certain skill set or mindset or something there, that I envy that he has. And so, I don't know if it's just his ability to recognize an opportunity and then just go and go after it. But that's the thing. If there was like a concrete skill set that I wanted to learn from him, it would probably be somewhere in the ballpark of either, building and monetizing a YouTube audience, which he did for Simple Programmer and for Bulldog Mindset, or, something in the real estate arena. But, the dating stuff's not as interesting to me because I'm happily married. But, it's, I think there's something in there as far as, John's ability to recognize an opportunity and then to just know how to go execute on it in a robust way that delivers.
Yeah. And so here's my thoughts, and you can survey the audience for this, and you probably find that this becomes a running theme. I feel like John's ability to build wealth exactly along those lines, maybe a little more broader, but not necessarily one opportunity or another, but just his ability and mindsets and like thinking processes around building wealth. That's the thing that's to be learned from John more than anything else in my mind. Like, yes, there's so much to learn from John, but that's the thing. Like, it's good stuff. Like, you got it down, knowingly or unknowingly. So if you can sell that, I mean, shit, selling money is always the highest ROI business anyways.
Yeah, learning how to build Build wealth. See, I was thinking discipline might be, but
No,
actually
with discipline, like everyone thinks, like, here's the thing. I'm saying show them the heaven, and you're
Right.
like, let me show them the hardest route of 20,000 miles of walking that will take them to heaven. And I'm like,
yeah.
okay, well, shit, please don't put them through 20,000 miles. Just show them the heaven.
Yeah.
Discipline just happens to be the vehicle.
Living being said, aim and execute. So that's interesting, because that's kind of what you guys were saying, right? Aim and execute, right? To know how to like find the opportunity and then to execute on the opportunity. So both.
Yeah.
But here's something that's interesting. So, okay, looking at some of my polls I did on YouTube, right? In a year ago, actually, I did, what is your biggest goal for 2020, right? Get 6-pack abs, start a side business, get a raise, improve my dating life, or invest in my first real estate investment. Guess what was number one?
What was it again? Tell us again.
Get 6-pack abs, start a side business, get a raise, improve my dating life, invest in my first real estate investment.
Start a side business.
Yeah, start a side business.
Yeah, that was number one with 40% of votes. The next nearest was 23%. So what's interesting
going
about
along the
this,
same lines.
What's that?
Yeah.
It's going along the same lines. The highest end is wealth building, but the early end is starting the business.
Right.
Yep.
And so what's interesting about that, and there was another poll on here. Where was it? Oh yeah. What is your greatest weakness? Being lazy, procrastinating, emotionally weak, lack of discipline, lack of wisdom.
They probably said discipline, but I'm going to disagree with them.
What do you think it is?
Huh?
What do you think it is?
It's not discipline. Discipline is not the problem for most people.
Right. What is
They're
it?
just not surrounded by the right kind of people.
Right.
That's my take on it.
So much truth there.
Yeah. Because
it's not the whole story, but it's a big part of it.
Right.
Real big part of it.
Yeah. Procrastinating got the highest at 36%.
Yeah. I can see that.
So, but looking at that, right? So, well, one interesting data point from the first survey is that I think sometimes our focus is teaching people how to build a business, right? And become an entrepreneur. Most people, maybe they would want that, but most people don't actually want that, or probably because they don't believe they could do that.
Yeah.
But, and this is why Ramit's program was so successful. What they want to do is build a side business. I think the dream to sell them is, what if half of your rent was paid automatically every month from a side business you had running passively with a few hours a week? That, like, to me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck if half, right? Like, I'm like, I don't care about that shit, right? Like, that's how we're like, I don't want to make $500 a month. No, thank you. I'll pass, right? Because that's not what our mindset is. But to the average person, they're like, fuck, if I could make $500 a month passively on a side business, that'd be awesome. That's like half my rent. That's like my car payment automatically. It's like getting a free car. You know what I mean? So I think that's the thing, is like thinking about that level of it. You see what I'm saying? Like to make the goal achievable, like, okay, I'm going to teach you in 6 weeks how to start a side business that'll make you,
here's a biz op that'll work. So you say, no, it will work. It will work. I will show you how to make $200 a month passive in the next 3 months. And you teach them how to sell Bulldog Mindset through their own website, through their sales page, through their websites, and all those things. Like, they become your affiliate army of people.
ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is designed to sell ClickFunnels.
There you go.
Bulldog Mindset. You want to make money? Come join Bulldog Mindset. What do we do in Bulldog Mindset? We sell Bulldog Mindset.
But side business, that's the thing, is right. And that kind of goes along with what you guys were saying about how the thing that I can teach is how to like find an opportunity and capitalize on that opportunity to build wealth. Right. So it's like, okay.
The end result, capitalize opportunity is like the mechanism. Discipline is the mechanism. The end result is building wealth.
Yeah.
Well, and you could even sell it. I've got to get off soon, by the way, but you could sell it as different levels, right? So the first level is yeah, you start a business that just, pays the rent. And then the next thing is you grow the business so that it pays all the bills. And then you invest, you teach people how to invest to continue to grow their wealth. And then you teach them how to, you know, you teach them wealth mindset so that they're not in a scarcity mindset. And then, however that works, but you have kind of a natural progression there where you can work people through.
Well, and the key, I think the key to all this, to both of our issues, Manny and mine, in general, is you hit this on the head when you said Peloton, because the idea is to create some product in which you need a monthly subscription after buying the product to use the product effectively to maintain that, right? And so right now, we both have the same problem. Like, you're selling Focus Blocks, I'm selling Bulldog Mindset membership. Okay. Those things are great in themselves, but there's no compelling reason why someone needs to use it, right? So Focus Blocks, for instance, right? If you buy Focus Blocks and you use Focus Blocks, yeah, it will improve your productivity. Obviously, it's a valuable thing, but it's like you don't have anything that you need to use it for, right? Just your daily stuff. Most people aren't working on side projects or building businesses or are doing shit. Right. They're doing the laundry and watching TV and shit. So they don't have a reason to use Focus Blocks. They're like, okay, now I'm more productive, but I'm not actually doing shit, right? Whereas if you had something that was like, accomplish your goal or even build a side business and anything where now in order to do that thing, they need to get Focus Blocks and they need to stay with Focus Blocks to continue that investment. Just like Peloton, you get to keep riding this bike and keep losing weight. You need to have a subscription to be able to do this. Same thing with Bulldog Mindset, right? Bulldog Mindset, I'm selling this membership. It's great. It's awesome. But I need to have something on the front end where it's like, all right, when you buy this thing, this is like, you're going to keep paying this monthly fee so that you can keep on learning and keep on improving what you already invested in. And it's going to keep on taking you to the next step and the next step further. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's the key is making it so you have some product that makes the monthly subscription necessary.
Yeah. So we're looking at Peloton versus like ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels was able to do that without that heavy duty front end product, but maybe like that's what they do with Funnel Away Challenge, but they have other products where they sell a $2,000 product and they put ClickFunnels inside of it, right? So they have multiple grades of product in there, but like kind of having a higher end product to sell that is what we're saying. Or potentially like ClickFunnels is able to do with low end. I don't know if it's actually how it's going for them, but they don't directly sell. You can't, like, when I look at their advertising on Facebook, basically 90% of their traffic is one funnel away challenge. 90% of their ad spend, it feels like, is one funnel away challenge, the $100 challenge.
Well, think about it this way too, right? Like, would you buy an iPhone, like the newest iPhone, and then not get a data package?
Yeah.
Right. Or I bought an Apple Watch recently. I took it back, but the Apple Watch I bought had cellular, and then I didn't even know until I signed up. Then it was like $20 a month. You have to add on to your cellular program for Apple Watch, unlimited data or whatever data for it. And I was like, well, obviously, like, I mean, what am I not going to do this? Because I bought this thing that requires it. So
yeah, you sell the hardware and the subscription. The hardware. Yeah, interesting. Anything you want to say, Chuck, about your business before? Because I know you.
No, because honestly, I mean,
did you do anything for Black Friday, or was it what we did?
It was what we did. I've spent the last 2 weeks just getting everything straightened out with Morgan Stanley, and then getting straightened out with this new gig, and
so you transitioned out and in.
Yeah, and I'm still figuring a couple of pieces out. So
you're in the new job now?
Yeah, I'm at the new gig. So it's a contract. It's not a job, but yeah.
Okay, new contract. Okay, so you're onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards. So yeah, The next few weeks, I'm planning on. My goal is to reach out to 20 potential sponsors every week.
Yeah.
Just get that ball rolling. Because after talking to you guys, it seems like that's kind of the low hanging fruit to get stuff paid for.
Dude, and then my mastermind client, he literally has so many, and he's in the, you probably know him, Chuck, you've been there.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he gets so many sponsorship opportunities in the development arena right now that
Mm-hmm.
he was earlier, he was just he was literally like, I can't, I'm sorry, this is sold out. I'm like, no, you're not going to do this anymore. You're going to get on a call with them and you're going to upsell them on a bigger package. So now he's like, Manny, I'm in trouble. I'm selling these $20,000 packages, but I don't know how to fulfill them because I don't have the capacity to fulfill anymore.
Right.
So I'm like, shit, like it's that good for him right now, like with the sponsorship game. So I still don't get it. Like what's going on here with,
I have people coming to me. Yeah. It's funny. Just over the last like few weeks, it just picked up like crazy. It's like, hey, the sponsorship, blah, blah, blah. And what's funny is that I've never, ever had anyone come to me and say, we want to sponsor you to list our job openings. And I've had 3 or 4 companies come to me for that.
And have you closed them?
So the issue is that they don't want anybody else advertising the same kind of thing on the episode.
On that specific episode.
Right. And so I can run one of them for 6 weeks and then the next one for the next 6 weeks, but they're not sure they want to wait 6 weeks.
Did you do this on email or on phone?
Both.
No, tell me. Did you get on phone with
I got on the phone with all of them.
Okay. And did you close any of them?
Yeah, I've got one. They're supposed to be paying me like this week. And then the other one will probably pay me here within the next week or so for a different show. And then the other one is trying to figure out what they want to do because those 6 episodes are gone. So
yeah, you got to get them on the phone. Don't ever try to close them on email. Doesn't work.
I closed all of them over the phone. So
yeah, because they think they want just the podcast, but you have so much more assets. You can be like, okay, we will write a blog post and we'll send an email and this and that. You got to get on the phone to be able to offer these things like on the fly, look at what they're looking for and say, hey, how about we do this, and this for you?
Blog post and a
email blast.
Email blast. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, dude, that's what my client's doing right now. Like I just keep telling him to improve his package and offer, like design better offers, design better, ways to sell. Like why do you limit yourself to just one podcast, like one sponsorship, one way to get to the audience when you have different ways to get to the audience? You have that offer, you have that channel. Why not monetize it? So he's like gone from selling $5,000 packages to $10,000 packages like that without any additional work whatsoever. Just by saying, hey, I'll send an email or I'll send 2 emails and I will, put up a blog post for you guys and link it back to your site. Hey, they're getting free SEO from a high domain authority or even whatever domain authority site. Like all of those things, like you have to sell the value to them. They have to believe like, oh shit, okay, I'm going to get a link back. I'm going to get a blog post. I'm going to get an email. I'm going to get a podcast. And for gold, I will do a podcast interview with you, so on and so forth. Like when you start packaging it up, like instead of selling a $5,000 package, now you're selling $10,000, $20,000 package. Right. So the key is to position it properly in their mind and to continue to increase the value. So stop selling what they're asking for and instead solve their problems.
Right. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. Literally, his business has just gone through the roof because it's like, stop selling what you think you have created right now. Get on the phone, understand their pain, and sell what they're trying to solve, and you will make so much more money than just selling a cookie cutter offer.
Yeah. Man, I got so many ideas going through my head now.
Yeah.
So many ideas. Not enough time to execute them all.
So true.
But when you have so many ideas and when you don't have enough time to execute, you must go hide tickets.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, the thing is what you're talking about here, Manny, is stuff that I can do that really doesn't add a whole lot of overhead to my time or effort that I can charge for. So
exactly. That's the whole point. That's exactly what I was telling him. I was like, you should not have to add any more work in order to make like an additional 5, 10, 20K from these deals, because you already have the assets. You just need to position them and show them the right way, and they are like ready to buy from you. So don't go like trying to rev up more work for yourself. Just be like, here, this is what we can do for you, and this is some additional stuff. And the more you think about, like, so what I was trying to tell him, like, creating offers is some of the highest leverage work you can do as an entrepreneur. Not creating content. Yeah, creating content is good, but creating high leverage offers and coming up with ways to get, to do the marketing and sales the right way is way more higher leverage than content. Right. So, some offer, marketing, sales, that's where, like, if you could spend more time on that and come up with creative ways to sell to them, you would probably make. Have you started telling on the podcast, like, hey, are you interested in reaching out to JavaScript developers? If so, come contact me.
I know you haven't. No, I haven't. No, but the JavaScript Jabber, I don't. Dude, it's sold out. So, but I could do it on the other shows.
It doesn't matter. It cannot be. There's an opportunity. If it's sold out, that's your email list. It's your Twitter account. It's your freaking blog post. It's like 1,000 other things. You can do so many ways to. You have to get on a phone. You cannot just say it's sold out. That's lazy thinking.
Nope, it's true.
You have to consider, if sponsorships are the way you make money, you have to freaking keep pounding them with the offer. Like, hey, do you need to get in front of 20,000 JavaScript developers every single week? Let's talk. Yeah. Because I have possibilities to get you there and to make you a lot of money. So just that, put that offer out there and say devchat.tv/talk. And get on a call with them. Dude, just keep pounding that message on the freaking podcast. Every podcast should have that message, no matter what. That is your own personal sponsorship.
Nope, I agree.
You shall record that outro or /intro today. We talked about it 2 weeks ago, Chuck. I think that is the easiest way for you to find sponsorships. Like way 1,000 times easier than cold outreach. Cold outreach, you're going to people who don't know you, they don't trust you, they don't have anything to do with you. These are people who already are your freaking audience.
Right. True. It's true.
Hit them up.
Yeah.
Let them hit you up, basically. You're in the driver's seat.
Dang. Yep. All right.
Make an announcement, man.
Okay.
It's like, this is like the 51-1 formula. 1% work that will get you 50% of the results. Literally.
It's true.
If you just do this simple work, it will get you 50% of the results.
Yeah, it's true. It's definitely true.
Remember, in 80-20 rule, there is 80-20 inside of 80-20 inside of 80-20. That's where 80% of 80% is 64% and 20% of 20% is 4%. So 4% of effort gets 64% result, but then you get 20% of 4%, which is 0.8%, and 80% of 64%, which is 48% or 51.2%. Effectively, 1% effort gets you 51% results.
True.
Another example of that, if you just start doing the math, you look at what we did last weekend with Black Friday deal. It was probably 30 minutes of your time max.
Right.
20 minutes, let's just say, right?
Yeah.
20 minutes max. I sent you a message, you did the work, and it generated what, $3,000 so far, maybe $4,000. So that's like the 1% work that gets you ridiculous results like that. So it's underestimated how much you can do with like high leverage stuff, but you have to do, like, find those high leverage points and go after them.
Yep. Oh, my mind's racing. I'm like, I've got this. I could do this. I got this. I could do this.
Just focus on sponsorship, though. Just focus on sponsorship.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean.
Sponsorships and affiliate deals, like that itself is plenty. You can even solicit, like, you could just be like, hey guys, let's talk. Like, there's so many problems you can solve in your business by just talking to your customers / your sponsors or whoever they are, because they will give you ideas. You don't know. They will give you ideas if you talk. But if you just limit to email and messaging, there's no way you get those ideas.
Right.
It's the least scalable solution, but probably the best solution to get from like the initial stuck phase to like real hardcore acceleration, because they will give you all the answers you need in terms of what they're looking for in the solution.
Right. Oh, that makes sense.
Get on a call,
Okay.
and you will have people, like, just by talking to people, you'll start making money. It's how
Yeah.
it's going to be.
Sounds good.
All right. Should we do our thoughts? Wrap it up here.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go back to the same idea that I was talking about, the 51-1 formula. I know it sounds way too out there that 1% of your effort is creating 50% of results. But if you just actually force yourself, if you give yourself an hour of time and just analyze all the results you got from your work / business / every area of life, and then you look for what were the common denominators there, and you look for even deeper common denominators, you'll quickly find that 1% thing that's actually creating 50% results. It's there. We just haven't ever forced ourselves enough to even go into it. So 51-1 is actually a reality. You just have to spend the time to think about, where is that 1% effort in my life that's creating so much result? And I'm almost like not even thinking about it. It's just happening.
Right. I mean, for me, a lot of stuff this week has just been, stuff that's been kind of unexpected. We were talking about, hey, what's going on in your business? And I'm like, I'm just working this transition. Well, and then carpool partner for my kids got COVID, right? So now I have to go spend another hour and a half driving to school and sitting in the carpool line, pick them up and come home because my wife can't do it because she's at work. I've had a couple of other things come up. I was sick. And it's just, you just have to keep pushing through, right? And you're just going to have some weeks that just suck, right? Like this week, it's just been exhausting. But the thing is that I think we get these kind of ideas in our head that, the people who have made it have somehow just made it, because they just cruise through it. And I want to just remind people that that's not the case, right? You may go through a week or 2 or 3 or however long where stuff just sucks, right? But the difference is that, I'm talking to Manny and John and they're saying, this is an answer to your problem. And if I can find a way to do it, and it's not an it's if I will find a way to do it, right? Yeah, exactly. So I'll sit down and just do it, if I have to get up a half hour earlier or whatever, right? And just push it forward a little, right? Just get that much more done, just claw up another few inches this week, then maybe next week I'll have my breakthrough, right? But yeah, some weeks are just going to suck. And, that's fine. That's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think mine will be kind of what I was saying before, which is find a way to sell something to make it so that your services are required or are more useful to your customer. So build the need for what your subscription is first, and then they'll like ClickFunnels, I guess, really did that, right? Because it's like, okay, well, if you're starting a business and you need to be able to have a landing page and sales page and be able to collect payments, right? We'll teach you all those, because all those books teach you how to do that stuff. And then ClickFunnels is something that you need in order to do it. And trying to sell ClickFunnels by itself is in fact, that's a really difficult thing to sell. If you think about it, ClickFunnels, like, who needs ClickFunnels? People who are already running businesses already have a cart management and checkout and landing pages and sales pages. People who don't have businesses, they're not going to buy that, because they still need to know how to start a business. So it's a really difficult thing, because you have to actually get people, teach them how to build a business in order to get them to use ClickFunnels. So
that's very true.
Similar thing.
It's like a no man's land, and the product price is so high that you have to, it's not like a simple WordPress website builder for 30, 40, 50 bucks a month. It's like $200 a month.
Exactly.
So you need a different kind of positioning to sell that.
Yep. All right. I guess that's it. We'll